So we're going to deploy a hydrophone
From Hawaii.
and see if we can see that signal source.
Wow. That's really far.
Yeah. Don't ask me more. That's the limit.
Cool. No questions.
Do your reading. You know, there's a lot of interesting stuff out there. I can point you towards something interesting. Sound channels.
400 meters is shallow too. That's a quick dive.
Yep. But the life you see there is incredible. But that's on the shelf. So this is where people are also commercial fishing, trawling, that kind of thing. So we've had our infrastructure trawled more than once.
Oh no.
And those fishing nets will just go over an instrument platform or node and just tumble and break cables, and it's a big mess.
Jeez.
So there's a reason it's so interesting for fishermen. It's because of all the productivity and life there.
To answer your question, Josh, I prefer, personally, going down to 20 and getting set up on bottom. But
That's my preference as well.
Cool, great.
And everything in between is kind of mud.
So 50 meter ups, and then you descend like this, and then you get all tetherized.
That's another thing too that's new for me is just like the level of sediment.
The main driver of that.
I mean, just
you prefer
every
20 instead of
move
50 for
of
that
Herc
reason.
means
just going
waiting
down
for that kind
at
of
speed or any kind of
storm of dirt to pass us by.
Yeah, it's just the finest stuff, right? You don't see really any sediment in the column, and if you look at our node that we just saw at Cascadia, that's been there since the start of this observatory, and it's almost got nothing in terms of sediment on top of it. You can still see it's very obviously yellow, not a lot of like fouling of any kind. Mm-hmm. You can see the yellow color of the material, like of this metal and whatever, still clear as day, and that's been 14 years of deployed. So imagine how long it takes for real sediment bottom to build. It must take ages.
Yeah, puts into scale geological time, right?
But then we also have, this is our Neptune Observatory. We have what we call the Venus Observatory in the Strait of Georgia, which is the big inlet between Vancouver Island and Vancouver. And that's where a big river, the Fraser River, dumps all its sediment and runoff every year. And there you find an amazing amount of sedimentation. Up to, I think some of the sites, it's like up to 10, 15 centimeters a year.
Yeah.
So kind of the opposite end of the spectrum there.
Yeah, a lot of students have been asking over the last couple of weeks, like if we find anything like fossils down at the bottom, which is possible but hard to do because of that, right? Like sediment buildup.
Yeah,
you're racing against predators and right, like
it's kind of exactly. And what we will be going to a site at Clayquat. There's a site where every time we go, we do photogrammetry of this whale fall. So there's a dead whale, and it's been, I think it's been down there for decades. So it's not a fossil, but it's you can see the entire whale, all the bones are still there, the ribs and pretty much just the vertebrae are there, and the head. So I don't know, is that a fossil? At what point does that become a fossil?
Well, it's like, like the rate of it being remineralized, right, and preserved or buried under sediment is so slow compared to like the feeding frenzy.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make it into fossil stage based on how slow it's been decomposed or how slow it's being covered. Yeah. Even though it's been like 20 years, I don't think it's buried at all, like not even an inch. Yeah. So that one won't be a fossil.
And now you see these like wild creatures that are able to like live in and consume the bones of these skeletons, right? And it's like, first of all, gross, but
it was like
second
matching
of all,
so well there.
Probably not going to be preserved.
Yeah, too bad we just lost Fabio. He's bent the ecologist. So this he would have been the one to tell us.
Yeah, lost to time.
We lost him forever. He stepped out. His transect was done, so he's not in the control room anymore.
Yeah, he's going to bed, so we lost him. He's gone. He's gone.
He's in the lounge right now, being like, these fools misrepresenting.
Well,
ocean floor ecology. He's gonna come running up here.
He's like, okay, whoa, let me set it straight. But I mean, we've got to be making some fossils, and again, I am not a scientist, so I'm guessing here, but I was talking earlier about how fast these vents are actually growing. And you've got all these tube worms and things growing on the sides of those vents, and I'm assuming
I wonder if they found it.
the rock's just kind of slowly engulfing them as well. So maybe those are being fossilized fast.
Right,
I don't know.
right.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, because it's not like that's magmatic flow that's going to like incinerate the species down there. It's like cooled, precipitant. It's going to...
Yeah, and there's constantly, as these things are growing, they're breaking off, they're falling over, and they're burying themselves, constantly growing. So it's definitely that sudden burial that's taking place.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's where to look.
But it's so fast, right? So I don't even know if you need the fossil. You can look at the real thing.
Yeah, that's
just,
right. Yeah,
just look up.
Point to it.
Yeah, they can look at this fossil, or we can look at that tube worm growing right now.
This is like a common geologist field trip in California, though, is that you can go to these quarries, effectively, where you can just start smashing open shale and find trilobite fossils. So every Geo 100 class goes and does this.
Oh,
so
plenty to go around, huh?
And you think, like, you know, if you're pulling trilobite fossils in California, this was an ocean environment, or, you know, a shallow water environment at some point. So, you know, it got moved up onto the surface, and it's like, oh, that could be these guys soon, right? At someday.
Yeah,
this ocean floor will get moved up somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's like a California rite of passage, is breaking open a rock and getting your first
fossil.
Trilobite fossil.
Yeah. I don't know, if you look down here, everything just seems to be like mush. Like, not a lot of skeletons going on down there.
Yeah. Well, Canada has, you know, you got Burgess Shale, right? You just got to go to Alberta, right?
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely fossils around for sure. But I don't know how much fossils. You saw the cable A, everything's like a jelly. I don't think those things fossilize.
Yeah, that's right.
Although I'm not sure. And that's about as much as I know about fossils. Nothing.
Yeah, wrong. not a paleontology cruise, but fun to think about.
Nice Atalanta view by...
I really like this. I've never done a dive like this where we are going to start off with getting a quick reference point on the bottom, come up, multi-beam the whole area, because it's like a jungle out there with all these spires, and they're tall and they're very skinny, and a lot of ROV hazards.
Are we not doing gas tights first?
Nope. First doing multi-beam.
The box is out.
Pardon?
The box is fine, but it's just the porch has to be in.
Oh, the porch is in.
We're going to have to rearrange a little bit the schedule?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we'll give
the edge of the porch.
The multi-beam would give us a quick preview of what's exactly going on, so we'll know what's around, and we can match that up with our maps, and it's going to make navigation a lot simpler to knowing where all the risks, RV hazards, or where the right spires are that we're looking for.
Sure.
Otherwise, it's kind of like walking around in a forest with like a candle. You don't know. You can see the trees, but you can't really know where you are.
Can't see the forest for the trees.
But we've collected some of this
orbit and
before,
180 cam.
Yeah, but
so
we actually know the other site very well. Main Endeavor Field, where we were before, that's all cabled infrastructure everywhere. There's a lot of reference points. Our cables run every which way, so it's we even have site layout diagrams where it's like trails for us to follow, and we identify a event based on the instruments that are surrounding it. Here, there's no infrastructure. There's nothing like that, so it's kind of more difficult to navigate, and we don't come here very often. As part of the marine protected area, it's kind of almost like a special permission to come here.
Oh wow.
So I've only ever seen the site once.
Nice.
While on cruises. So Yeah, this is completely different, completely new, and I guess the structures also look much different. They're very skinny, very tall pillars versus at the main Endeavour field, they're a little more blobby in shape.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for this. It's gonna be fun.
In terms of the location that we're going to, though, this is like the same kind of.
Yeah, it's all part
range.
of the Endeavour Ridge.
Do you know how far this extends, and have we seen the like extent of?
I don't know. The Endeavour vent fields. It's a marine protected area, and you can look up on a map how big that is, but I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Definitely, it's at least several miles, but I don't know how long exactly.
Yeah.
I only know it's several miles because that's how long our cables are in the area.
Sure,
and they're all
sure.
within the marine protected area.
But it's all been visited scientifically at some
Yes,
point.
it's not just us. There's been a lot of research in this area, and it's kind of, as we kind of move around on the seafloor, you'll see Elvin weights from the Elvin experiments, or the Elvin exploration missions.
Yeah.
They've been all around here. A lot of people have visited this site. All these sites, all of Endeavour.
Seem to be getting stuff around the porch area. Let me see if I can mess with my Kate.
Yeah, you don't think the box will affect the photogrammetry?
I'm talking about the Norbit.
I'm talking to Josh.
Okay.
I don't think so, because it's like the outer, it's out in front, and if you porch out, it certainly does, and the porch interferes.
Right.
But as long as the porch is all the way in.
Oh, and it just filters all this black sidebar out.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna see like that far, because like in here you still got plenty of porch, like.
Well,
even
no,
in front of
for the
box.
Norbit for sure. I'm talking this camera here.
Let me see.
We're not gonna see anything there. We're gonna be norbiting up like higher.
Oh, I thought we were
We're gonna do
photogrammetry.
Norbit first.
Okay.
And yeah,
Understood. Okay.
I think. I don't know. Well, it's different. The dive plan changed around a little bit, so I don't know if we're going right into photogrammetry. I guess that's a Dirk question. Hey, Dirk.
Hey, I can barely hear you, but
Yeah, you guys are quiet up there.
That's a you problem.
Hey.
I don't think
how's
so.
it
I'm
going
maxing
there?
out everyone. It's
Can you hear me now?
50 dB here.
I'm grumbling.
50 dB.
You're pilot?
Can you? Yeah, I'm pilot.
Okay, I'm +6. You're maxed out. I can just, yeah, all right, go.
Can you hear me okay?
Just.
Really?
I can hear you, but you're quiet.
Yeah, you're loud in my ear.
Am
You
I?
can turn them
Yeah.
down, you know.
Crank up the main.
I have them at 0, or I have them at.
Crank up the main volume.
I can, but that makes other people very loud.
Turn them down.
All right, well, there we go. Price you pay. What's up?
What? So you're saying Norbit first?
Norbit first.
And
Yeah,
then
well,
what-
first we're going to go down and find one of the towers and follow it up to get a kind of a rough height of what we're
Okay.
dealing with.
You have a specific tower in mind?
Godzilla probably.
Yeah,
It's probably
Godzilla's the
highest.
tallest one,
Yeah,
I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after the Norbiting.
We'll be doing the gas tighting.
Okay, that's
Norbit
great.
gas type
Perfect.
photogrammetry?
Yeah,
That's-
photogrammetry last.
okay.
That's what we wanted to hear.
Yeah, okay. That was why I was confused there. I did not know there was a separate Norbit step.
Not really sure
So
why.
we're kind
this
of
is
getting
showing up this
somewhat
way.
close to the bottom.
We've never
We
been
are-
closer
we're
than
getting
there today.
Closer every
850,
second.
and the site's about 2,200 meters, and we're about at
Oh, great.
1,850 meters right now.
I've had bad luck with blue water, so I'm ready to.
Yeah, you're just jumping in. Like, you left.
Yeah.
You showed up right about at 1,000 meters. You've already done 800, 900 meters almost since you've been here.
Yeah. Paid off Allison. Delay it just a little bit for me.
Seems to
are-
go away if I cut off, if I change the upper gate from 1 meter to 3 meters. So like that stops recording all that business up here.
Oh, the business. Yeah.
But
I don't want that.
But all of this is confusing me. Why it's picking up so much in the water column. Something is amiss. And we kind of had this problem at the last site too.
Smoke particulate in the water? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Not up here, probably.
Yeah, I don't really have a reason for...
Look at that, yeah.
I mean, it could be, I could turn this gate back down until we're...
Yeah, could it be a gain thing where you're...
Could it be tri-tech? I'm seeing interference on the tri-tech sonar.
Yeah, let's pause it.
Yeah, on it. How about now?
Let me turn on my water column view again. Let me turn back to what I was so we're not changing two variables. Okay, 50. It might just be...
We're about 250 meters off bottom.
Roger.
Disaster.
Yeah, you can start seeing the vent fluid in the screen, huh?
Yeah.
Smoky.
There's some
It's kind of scary,
stuff.
actually.
It is scary.
Ominous, yeah.
Cloudy.
It's gonna be
This area is particularly active. What?
Bye-bye,
so
USBL navigation.
See ya.
Yeah.
So 1,900 meters, we start seeing the... That's kind of high up, 300 meters up. Considering it's just propelled by by thermal.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, 1,900?
Yeah.
I'll tell Steve. I bet you his Niskins will...
Maybe that's what you were seeing.
Hey, we got a co-pilot,
sure.
or a taxi hitch along on the dust caps. Hitchhiker is the word I'm looking for. Taxi hitch along was not quite the word.
It's another one of those troll head guys.
Nice. Perfect. Was that better, unchanged, or worse, Rennie? That sonar off.
You just, but when you turn this one off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed to be unchanged, but now, like something has changed just recently, and now I'm not getting those anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're hitting that smoky layer we just passed through.
Can I turn that sonar on again to test it?
Yeah, look at this. Look at. Now we're getting. This was all blown out red,
Yeah.
and now it's not. Yeah, go ahead. Turn that back on.
So you're actually seeing the particulate in the water on your multi-beam?
I'm unsure. It could be just like, it's not meant to be just like, I don't know.
Some more smoky.
Yeah. This is crazy.
What's that over there? Is a salp or something?
Something like
That's
that,
hitchhiker.
Yeah.
yeah. 2 now, maybe.
I could just have the gates out too much. Yeah, it's just too far out for it to see. Well, we'll find out when we get down there. I just don't like that it's all loud over here and it's recording stuff right close to the vehicle, and if I bump out more, I mean that goes away, but it cuts out a fair bit around the vehicle. We'll have to see. Once we get down there, we'll sort it a bit better.
That is smoky. Thank you.
Well, oh, sure. One more. Thank you.
Treat yourself.
What's our depth here? 2154.
We're crossing 2,000.
Oh, I'm definitely not on no sweets. No, that's the other guys. No. Well, what is this? Espresso beans? Is it sweets? There's chocolate on this, right?
How is this, do you want me to, is this a good
I thought you were on that
dim
crazy
level?
team.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, I can make it brighter or softer or whatever.
So here's a,
well, we'll see how accurate it is, and then we'll use this thing. Look at that, all that stuff went away.
What'd you change?
Nothing, we just got like lower. I think it just doesn't like being all high up in the water column. I don't know why. But see, look, it's all clear out here. But this is still loud, so I might have to turn that off because that messed me up last time. Ah,
Yeah, it is loud.
too loud. Where's that reset button? There's reset. Boom. There we go.
Nice.
We'll see once we get down there if I have cut a big piece out. We'll be high enough that we can do that. Ooh, what do we got down there, guys? Look at that.
No beams. What's your range on that?
Right now it's at 25 meters.
Neat.
Ooh.
and
That could just be a weird, it's a wrap. Remember we would say that with the sub-bottom sonar.
Right.
Oh, I'm picking up some beams.
Yeah?
A few beams.
111
Yeah.
meters.
This could just be like dense plumage.
which screen is that you're seeing?
It's called Rosproc.
Rosbrock.
Yeah, that's the Norbit survey
Gotcha.
machine.
Okay, cool.
Other than visibility, for you guys in the front, does like coming into this clear smog affect Herc at all?
No, it just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to necessarily descend right down into.
But it doesn't interfere with, you know,
It can interfere with the USBL navigation, with the acoustic signals seen back and forth.
Right now, though, knock on all wood available, it's going okay.
Yeah.
It's usually when we get under that plume lens, that smoky lens, when we're like really in it. But this one's also not as deep as the other site. Sometimes will affect as well. Terrain is starting to populate on Atalanta's mezzo.
Yeah, yours should be about probably 50 meters off the bottom.
66.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I guess let me go back to my other job, do that properly.
Atalanta's 75 meters off bottom.
Okay. I'm gonna switch you over to Doppler. And just do a quick reset.
Fix is null.
There we go, okay. And then we'll hone it in once we get there. Yeah, there we go. Those are the vents in Atalanta. That tracks with the.
Yeah, nice.
Well, it starts slowing about 30-ish, or
Sure. I'm at 47 meters. You might be more upslope than I am, so.
Yeah, where you back up should be a pretty flat
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, so I'll
And
probably
then we'll
stop a little
approach.
higher than 20.
Okay.
Oh, you can start seeing it on the
I'll give you a
Norbit
20
now.
meter delta is what I'm trying to
okay, I'm
say.
going to zero my Z-bias now.
Roger that.
Definitely seeing structure on Norbit.
Oh, okay, I'm not looking at that yet. Let me see. Yeah, for sure. Terrain.
Pull up. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for now. I'm at 30 meters off bottom, but I'll come down as you come down.
Yeah, all that stuff went away. I think it's adaptive. So it's like, oh, these are the strongest returns.
Yeah, so
but
that's
it's just random stuff in the water column, and now it's like, oh, we've got clear hard bottom. Ignore all the other things that.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I got my auto heading turned on.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the water column off probably because it's slowing down the viz. Get back to this. I'm going to log on bottom.
See some bottom there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Where is
Here we are. It's awesome.
I'm still 10 meters up. 15
Roger.
meters.
Yeah.
So there's some, that could be this ridge here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back up a little bit.
Logging on bottom.
Ah, it's some bug.
I'll come down as you come down. Keep you at 20 meters.
Dude. Yellow.
Yeah, you're kind of in it if you look on the Norbit too. It's all behind you, Josh.
Two, 1, 7. Do you want me to switch your winch to Norbit?
As long as we put the winch somewhere else, then
Okay.
yes.
Then I'll let you guys decide if you want to do that.
I could take future winch down there and Norbit there.
Okay. So then
You
that's
got that?
6. No, 7 is gonna be
Winch alt.
winch hold.
What
and
was
then
that? What was that one?
bubble.
Sorry, I meant this one. I
Gotcha.
still would like to see bubble.
That makes sense. I was wondering what was going on.
Don't care about no stinking back deck.
So then that's
Pardon?
6.
Yeah, it's some of those strings, whatever they are.
And
Yeah,
Not
that one, 2.
to biology.
that's that's fine.
Got grabbed on the way down, maybe?
Yeah. I see
Amber,
it.
is Ross Proc on one of the PCs? Or, I'm sorry, you're not Amber. Hey, Ashley.
I can.
Yeah. The trend is definitely getting shallower behind you on the multi-beam.
Yeah, it looks like Atalanta's just between kind of a couple ridges.
Might be able to spin and see you now. Let's find out.
Oh, look at that guy.
There you are. Wonderful. Okay, I'll do normal delta things now.
Ooh, picnic on it.
Nice. We could do Ross Proc here for the second. Kind of want to see this.
Yeah, we could put it
Yeah,
either there or there.
They're working on putting it on the
Yeah,
top right of the
right.
top right of the bottom left.
We can even do it right here. 5. We're looking at, what do we want? 2? Yeah. It's like, nope. Yeah, nope. Ooh, nope. Nope.
Well, they're
Oh,
yeah,
getting this
She's
figured
routing
out.
this to one
I'll
of the
tell you
PCs, and then
that,
you'll be able to catch it up there.
Online, the discussion on fossils has definitely left us in the dust, as there are a bunch of
Too
Vancouver
many
Island
PCs.
fossils of trilobites and ammonites and things like this.
Okay.
And then there's a student at UC Santa Barbara, incoming grad student, who's working on like the origin of fossil materials.
I can also try for it, Ashley, because I know you got to do the white
Get
balance
everything
and
we
stuff.
said.
Yep, yep. Time to scratch that all from the record.
Okay, thanks.
All right, let me work
Oh,
on
it's
it
all
real
been,
quick.
Kind of neat
it's
coming
like,
down
nope.
like right on the cliff wall, then I have to like back my way.
Wrong.
Like,
Pilots, you want to do white balance now? Would this be a good time?
look out for that.
Yeah, you want to do white balance, Josh? You good for that?
Yeah. Maybe,
Inspires conversation.
Yeah,
You
and
give
the
me
point is
downlight, then I
curiosity.
can
We are
do the
scientifically
rest.
curious,
Or I guess you probably want to...
not experts at everything.
I don't know. Do you want to extend?
Oh, I'm extended.
Definitely
I'm going to
not
retract
biology.
first.
Definitely not fossils.
Retract?
Or I can extend. Let's extend. I'm all the way extended.
Okay.
Woo, it's bright.
Have we been white balancing with downlight on? Or not on?
If you could shut your porch lights off, that'd be good.
We don't
Okay.
have porch lights right now. We
How about this one? Is that bad?
Yep.
You like that? Or you want it on?
I think that's a procedural thing from when we have porch light, which we do
Yeah,
not
just
have.
porch lights off.
Those are off. Down. This is our
yeah, keep
down
these
light.
on, thank
Keep
you.
that one on. Okay.
Okay, and then you're okay for me to clear that upper bubble?
Upper bubble can go.
Upper bubble can go to, how about this?
Yeah, how about it?
Boom, there you go.
Look at that.
Neat.
Are your lasers off?
Yes.
They're off.
Okay, thank you. Okay, camera will go black for a minute.
Oh man.
What all, man?
I'm gonna,
Oh, your
Rennie
memory?
lost his resources again.
I lost
Yeah.
my resources are, all right, I'm
Unmanaged?
gonna restart. You're gonna lose USPL. How do you feel about that?
Great.
You're fine because you're on
So good.
DVL auto XY. That should be, oh, yeah, no, you should be fine.
Should be. I'm on DVL source.
Okay, thank you.
Steve's rested and ready for action.
Steve's rusted.
Rested.
Steve is, our scientist has joined us.
Hello.
Now, okay, now we can ask some questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not yet, though. He's not on comms.
Okay, he's fired up.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
Freshly rusted Steve.
He's got his rest. He's in for the long haul now.
Yeah, this will help give you
All
a
right.
little more
Now we can
juice
learn
to it.
about some vents, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double it up.
Learn us some science.
Yeah. Energy beans.
And now if this is data, you'll let me know whenever you start actually collecting the Norbit data rather than just having it on?
I will let you know, yes.
So we're kind
Wonderful,
of
thank you.
up here. We're kind of in a cool little valley, looking this way. All the vents seem to be right in front of us, especially Godzilla. It kind of builds up. And we're just, our first step is we're going to go and find Godzilla, see how tall it is, then set up, shout. Yeah, so I'll show you what we want to do the valley lower, right? And then we want to come up and do this lower, and then come up so we clear Godzilla and go a higher pass. So we get a little bit, yeah, we can do 4 passes, right, Rennie?
Yeah, I want to see what from 30 meters up, I want to see what kind of coverage we're getting on that first pass, and then we can kind of go from there. But my intent is to do at least 1 pass on either side of the strike of the vents, which is roughly northeast to southwest. And try to get one pass over them. We'll see kind of what that gets us, what that yields.
Yeah, and then kind of adjust.
Yeah. It's going to be an on-the-fly thing because of the height of these vents and how much occlusion there's going to be, and how much I'm likely going to have to cut off on the because of the varying sound speed around these vents with like the outer beams. I'm going to try to like be conservative and make sure I get enough passes.
Okay.
And then maybe like I mentioned, a cross pass. Maybe we'll see.
Nice. 35,
all right.
31.
Okay, this problem has been solved, but
That's
now I
great.
have to do
That's great.
this.
So first,
Like that speed?
I'll let you wait for you to
Not
get on
faster than that.
SBL, and then we can talk a little bit.
Those are great.
Yeah, that's
They're
pretty,
just getting situated and
that's pretty dialed.
getting all their nav stuff ready. And
Descent. Copy.
See our porches with that.
Dirk,
yeah.
Fabio here from the lounge.
Hey, Fabio.
Let me know when you need Steve.
Steve is here.
We
Oh,
need him
he's
right
already
now.
there.
He just put his mic on, and he's about to put himself off mute.
Wow, Fabio.
All right.
There we
Fabio,
go.
Great job.
You deliver.
Good timing, Fabio.
Godspeed. Godspeed.
All right, I think Steve's all fired up. This is
Okay.
huge. Right,
Huge.
Steve, are you excited? Why can't I not hear you?
He's muted or something.
He's not muted. He's not plugged
Worse,
in.
he's not even plugged in.
Oh,
All right,
the
Steve,
old
switch
wireless
on.
one, eh?
Extra unmuted.
Wow.
He's definitely off mute. It's just not connected
He's
yet.
air gapped.
Ocean Networks Canada, more cables.
Steve is Eric.
I'm on now. Did we
All right.
manage to, I don't know, I haven't seen the dive plan yet. Did we manage to give Tom a call? It's probably a good time for him. It's on a Sunday. Monday morning.
Dive plan says onboard scientists to contact relevant stakeholders.
Well,
All right,
see,
there you go.
okay.
It's your job.
Well,
Tom, calling Tom Kosnichka. If you're out there,
Is that your method?
calling as he wake up, wake up, Tom.
Alexa.
Oh man.
Call.
Okay, I'm set up nav-wise,
Oh,
and
man.
we are set up Norbit-wise except for recording, which I don't
At
want to
least
do
for
yet.
Tom's sake, the photogrammetry is towards the end of this.
Yeah.
So he's got a few hours more of sleep.
Yeah, we'll approach Godzilla and
Yeah.
just look
And
at
just
it.
look at it.
Yeah.
Just reference our heights and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Get to
but if anybody has some people at home that this is probably going to be the most interesting part of the trip.
So
If you're into hydrothermal
Yeah.
vents.
Not if you're in the cable.
No, just interesting. Anything interesting.
qualifier there.
honestly, if you're not, just turn it off.
Yeah, I would
No,
turn this
kidding,
off
kidding.
right now and go to bed.
No.
You're not going to get anything better here. If that doesn't turn your crank, there's not going to be much.
They're kind of
can-
not connected to anything.
You can do cable lays, and that's for you. That
All right, easy. That's kind of our thing. They're all both interesting.
Oh yes.
All right, what are we doing?
We're heading to Godzilla. I'm going to move Atalanta towards Godzilla, but not too close.
Yeah,
How
not
about
too
that?
close, right?
Not too close, right?
Yeah, I'm going to start with a 40-meter step in that
Whoa,
direction.
40 meters.
40 meters, I know.
Here we go.
Yeah, okay. 40 meters at 100.
Yeah, you were. Oh, you're
Bridge
muted now
nav.
again.
It's maxed.
Okay.
It's really stiff, eh? High pressure.
All right, I'm going
All right,
to look at
Steve,
those
yeah.
couple little things that were really close here.
Good evening. Could we step 40 meters, bearing 100?
You essentially have between now and what was it, 3:30 is
Thank
our
you.
cutoff. So 6.5 hours to get as much as we can, and then if we don't get all the way, then we'll always come back.
That's Norbit and gas tights and photogrammetry.
Oh yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Good luck.
Nice. Hey, good luck for you.
No, we can always make more time.
Temperatures.
Yeah,
So
temperatures.
we're going to get more probably temperatures of all the big guys.
Okay. When you say big guys, you're talking the Godzilla Broadwalk and Park Place, or Bambi
That's
too?
correct.
Not Bambi?
Bambi is Bambi.
So I just called in a 40.
So Baltic is also not
So
big.
we're going to have to come up
That's
because I
right.
believe
Okay.
the terrain, in order to get to Godzilla,
I don't know. I feel like
Atalanta
Blue
is
Moon
gonna
is
have
Blue
to
Moon's
be
day.
higher up.
Yeah,
Above
I
that.
just
These are
came
all
down
names
on
of
this high
this
thing and back
individual
down.
events
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
you
definitely
bet.
gonna go
for
up.
people
Cool.
that don't have the map
Just
in front of
checking.
them right now.
I think there might even be some cool stuff just
Yeah,
right
see?
here.
Future
Yeah,
fossil right
definitely.
there.
It'll be cool to see this once it's like properly norbited.
Norbat, I think.
Norbat, thank you.
So see, what the white we're seeing there as part of that, is that just bacteria?
Just bacteria.
Oh,
Okay.
Just, okay,
It's
ouch,
only
yeah,
the driving
careful.
factor of the whole.
Well, with my chemical analyzing eyesight,
All right.
I would say
And what we want from the
it's
scientist.
most likely just like the rusty
Okay.
rusty colored stuff is iron, and then the white stuff is generally bacteria. I don't know what else it could be. I mean,
Oh, look at this kind of flaky, plasticky stuff.
and this is nowhere
Oh, yeah.
near.
No, this
This is
that's
little
not
on
even
the
there.
outskirts.
We're not even there yet, yeah.
Look at these. Is that flange pool?
But
Is that
that's
flange
cool.
pool?
I might
Yeah,
have,
looks
it
like
might
they're
be right
flange
away.
pools.
Oh man.
Oh,
You can
this
take a peek.
is, oh, oh.
Atalanta.
See what
You
I
know,
mean?
you know how much time you've
Gonna
got,
make us wait.
and
Yeah, I can do it. I can
use it
come down a bit.
wisely.
It's okay. We'll get there.
We'll get
Well, we're not moving, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're moving.
I guess you.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I don't think they want to come underneath the flange pool right now.
we
Are
are
you
on
kidding?
the move.
I do.
We want to come
Absolutely
underneath
do.
the flange pool.
They definitely do.
Yeah,
Oh,
when-
even with the
I'm gonna
ship
tits
moving.
up.
You're the only guy that doesn't want to come underneath the
I
Wow,
want
that's
to
pretty incredible.
not even
yeah,
look,
in the
just multi-beam and move on.
Yeah, no, this is too
Look
cool.
at
to swing
that,
on.
wow.
And look at that little guy up top there. I mean, that's amazing.
You
Why
can
is
see
that?
a little bit
This one doesn't
on
even have a
the-
name yet.
A little bit on the right, so
Well,
it
name
should
it,
be
Dirk.
active. Yeah, there's mirrors up there for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Look at that.
Mirrors with a little, like that, where's that camera? Oh, zoom in, camera status. Is this it here?
Hold on. I'm just gonna get it.
Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, there's some good
Good mirrors there, yeah.
flange pools. Look at them.
So Steve, are these like little platforms we're seeing, are those flanges? What would you call that?
They're called flanges because the water's no longer shooting out through the top. It's slightly cooler, and it sort of coalesces the actual hard material grows over top of it, and it grows outwards. And if you look underneath, it's coming out underneath. When it comes out underneath, there's a huge temperature difference between very hot water
Can we tell you
and
up?
cold water, so it
I
gives
think
you
it's as high as I can tell without seeing
mirror
stuff.
Oh,
effect.
if
So if you
zoomed
look
in,
up
yeah,
in there,
marker.
you see this
Wow.
shiny silver mirror.
Yeah, awesome.
What's that, Snell's law? Snell's law.
Smells like
Zoom in a little more.
Yeah, definitely smells.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Now
that's
look up
super
now,
cool.
Cassie.
It's like looking into a
Dark
crystal
side.
ball or something, eh? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the water's coming out. It's way hotter. It's not mixing right away with the cold water, and there's this huge refraction.
Yeah, very interesting.
Smells like flange pools.
Oh boy.
Oh, Fabio's going to see those little guys there. That's more his thing.
And Dan's.
Dan loves the flange pools more than anyone.
Well, he likes the bomb worms fighting.
Oh, yeah.
You watch those close up. I mean, it's hilarious. They'll sit there, and the one guy will poke the other guy in the ear.
Yeah, there's a lot of action like that in Sonya Village. That's where you can really sit and watch.
That's awesome. Really cool.
Really incredible.
So this appears to be just west of Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably, I don't know whether we have a name for it anywhere in I could look up.
There's,
Oh,
like,
that's pretty cool.
there's like
Well,
pockets
we're going to
of this,
multi-beam
like,
all this, and it's going to show
purple
you exactly where
bacterial
this
mat
one
in the
is.
background. That's really cool.
Looks like Mercury.
What's that?
Hey, what do you got that extra what's going on there?
Starting to see a little move in Atalanta now.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Just a couple meters.
I'm getting like every other ping on a USBL, and it's messy, but you know, that's as expected where we're at. Not alarming.
Looks just like liquid mercury is like cooled up.
Yeah, it's like Terminator.
Yeah.
Well, there's something
Just
blue
trying
in
to get
there.
system your way.
They got switched around, did they? This is my control, and that's my view.
Gonna do a reset.
No, control view.
Okay. Looks like you're fine. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be a bit better.
Broke.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little closer now.
Okay.
I have to start.
Okay, we'll come wide, please.
Not urgently yet, but you want to tilt or you want me to tilt?
There's a
You
little
can- you
eel
can
pout
tilt.
up in there.
Okay.
Cool. Super.
It's really incredible.
Yeah. That thing on the far right is so funny.
Is it not just the power,
Yeah.
Steve? Here.
What's
I saw
going on with that?
someone turned the power off on it earlier. It's just kind of underneath that right corner.
Are you full wide?
Here.
No, let's come full wide, please. Oops.
Hold on. It's right
down.
here. Does that work?
Did that just...
Yeah. it
we
did.
weren't... Wow.
I wasn't even near it.
No, not even. That just fell over just from like...
We solved it all by ourselves by turning it on.
Did you see that, Steve?
Hauling it.
Steve, did you see?
What's that?
There was a kind of like a little really delicate chimney spire.
Yeah.
Just like we were nowhere near it, and it just like, I guess just water, just the pressure of us being nearby.
Fell over?
Fell over, yeah.
Was it just dust or was it?
I don't know.
It
I
was
mean,
pretty-
it looked really delicate and not
very
like it was long
primal.
for the world.
But there was one that was right on top of
What is
that,
that? That's crazy.
an anchor or something.
Is that like lava too?
What is that? Yeah. Looks like wood.
Oh, what this?
On the left, yeah.
Now I'm going to turn into the dirt. We're still waiting for a ship move, right? Or are we?
Yeah, the
yeah.
ship move is complete. Atalanta's still swinging from it.
Okay, but we're
I like it, Steve. Checking on time.
Steve, is this a dive that Marv Lilly would want to be involved in?
sure.
Do you want him contacted?
Yeah, give him a call. I don't know. Give him whatever. He would like to. Marv, I think it might be a little.
It's really cool.
Is that what you call complex terrain?
This is awesome. Just wondering if I should record and then just
And we
delete.
just stepped right into the business here.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
in. You were swimming in it.
Do I record? It's kind of tough because honestly, when we're super close, it gets non-ideal. But this is looking really good. Good supplement. I think I'll start recording and I'll add it to the model or remove it depending on how good or
You
bad
can
it is.
section it up.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll just stop and start again. So, okay, so data, I'm gonna just start recording. It's not like the proper survey, but we're just gonna be recording some Norbit data.
Okay, yeah. Thanks.
Recording. It'll also start to build our model and stop disappearing on us. Okay, stop playing with that. Let's do another, maybe another 20-meter move, yeah? We're gonna keep rising up.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Bridge nav.
Look at that.
Oh, more flange pools there.
That's a big one. That's a lot of big ones.
Yeah, it's a
Let's
big
step
pool. Look at that thing.
25 meters, bearing 100.
I'm right over top
100,
of
yep, thank you.
ish.
Okay. Coming up.
Okay. There's a smoker.
Smoky. so cool.
It's like the tiniest little smoking vent.
Yeah.
Sure is tiny.
I'm interested to see how this multi-beam is going to be because of all the overhangs. If you have a top-down view, I don't know how it can handle that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for when we make a top-down model, but
Right.
when if we're trying to make like a three-dimensional solution, it's gonna, you know, you're only gonna be so good. What we can
Right.
do is on some of those passes, if we're, you know, a little on the low side, I can steer the beams to be like looking that way, but you're not gonna be able to get under. But
For sure, yeah.
yeah.
Unless we mount the Norbit on the side, which would be a different dive.
Is that when like
Yeah.
stitching in
Mostly, I think
photogrammetry really
it'll be
helps?
really good to guide like the photogrammetry, because the photogrammetry will do a really good job on individual things like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just thought we'd go for the ones that we know, and of course we have to decide how we do a 30-meter high. If they're 30 meters high, they could have toppled over.
Let's zoom in, please.
Wow, it just keeps going in the back.
Was that a call for
Incredible.
video?
Yeah, hey video, can we get a
Okay,
zoom
you're
in,
a little
please?
quiet for me. I'll adjust.
Okay.
So the only way I've found Godzilla before is like sort of coming north down on it and using the sonar, and then you can. It's a first
sonar targets there. We could approach.
Yeah, so
because Atalanta's up above, so it's going to be one of the ones that's still peaking. You know.
so it's the northernmost. There seems to be nothing north of it.
Roger.
So it's the first north thing. So we can actually sort of set our DVL, I guess, or set our personal head DVL.
Just whatever altitude would be the highest.
Get our bearings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well, not our
probably the
bearings,
better way to say
it's
it.
going to be the altitude.
Let's come wide on the Zeus, please.
Okay, coming
Because
wide.
we're into something, lots of stuff here.
So yeah, I think it would be
We started
that one.
seeing, Steve, we came right down here, where we are. So
I
obviously
think
the
it's
current's
this
blowing
guy
off
right
that
here.
way.
On
But
Atalanta,
We started
this would make
being
sense.
thick
It's
smoke
Godzilla
around
and Bambi
1900
right next
meters.
to each other.
That sounds right. Why don't I
That's the
face
same as
due
the
Do that.
east?
Face
same
do
as
that
the
thing.
cast
Yeah?
1925.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And your moves were 90?
100.
100?
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm
The block
facing
diagrams
90
that we're getting
right
there.
now, so
Okay.
we could do 90 or 100.
Will do, yeah. That last one was a 25-meter move, and it should bring you
Where? We can put it anywhere.
around where Hercules is right now.
And Steve, are you particularly
gonna be changing
interested
it
in
around,
taking
but
a
yeah.
gas tight at
Pretty
high
high
rise
above,
just
yeah.
because we have like
So-
the time series there?
Yeah, actually
the
getting,
probably
main
come down a
reason
bit.
is that the
Okay.
shifts that we saw at 2005 when we had those big, it
getting
shifted
the strike
energy.
of those three
Main endeavor field was the strongest,
be
and
really-
then high
I mean, I
rise
could
became
probably
the
just draw it
strongest,
right
which is
Yeah.
You can do it from
basically
sonar.
balancing the two
yeah.
You can draw the measurator
for
on that.
temperatures
It'll tell you.
mostly.
Does
So we
that
want to get temperatures
account
as
for
much as
your
we can,
heading, or just
It's
and
relative.
see whether
so it'd
it's
be
still
relative to
yeah.
90?
the
Yeah,
magma
there's
chambers are
relative
Relative to
propagating
90, Roger.
northward or not.
That's the measure guy.
Yeah, measuring tape. Yeah.
That's
the
the theory
single
that
click.
they're-
Click.
It's,
I
it's
think it's
migrating.
click
It's
and
not
drag.
oscillating.
No,
No, there's no real theory. There's only one
Maybe it's
event,
Yeah,
I don't know.
so it could
The
be.
click, the left
N
click
equals
is
1 at this
bad on
point,
that
so-
controller. Just
That's
heads
right.
up.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually. I unselected
That's what happened
it.
last
That was
time.
my
I can do
problem.
it here
Yeah.
too with a mouse if you'd rather.
Oh, I see what you mean about the left click being bad. I have to
Yeah.
really press on it.
This looks like an
So
old
that
one, huh?
strike is 305.
Data. Video over here.
305
me?
at
Get my
90.
attention.
305,
Can you
90
listen to
degrees
video?
out.
125
Can you hear me? Okay.
plus 90.
The dive number that you had,
125 plus
is that
90.
correct? 2039?
205.
And then let's see if that tracks with
Oh.
this.
Gave me a little heart attack. Okay, thank you.
205, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good
Those
with
are
the
the
map.
ones.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So this is oriented right. It'll just be a matter of once we get to that peak, it looks like actually the target for Godzilla is correct, whereas the map is slightly offset.
Nice.
And so that would mean that this strike here, 205, yeah. So, okay, so that gives me good context. So Dirk, if you're looking at that, and Steve, if you're looking at that Ross proc,
yep,
it can't just present those really fine points forever. It eventually, we turn them into these voxels just for ease of display.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So the resolution is quite low. It's like 0.75 meters for these voxels.
But that's just for display,
That's
right?
just for display.
Oh, yeah.
The resolution of the data is what you're seeing that keeps disappearing there.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
understand, yeah. But this, even this, the voxels are great.
Yeah.
What's that word you're using? Voxel?
Voxel is like
Voxel.
it's like a 3-dimensional pixel.
Cool. Didn't know that.
I don't know why.
I don't know
voxel.
why I said voxel. I kept hearing voxel.
Voxel.
But
Voxel.
voxel, I said it
Voxel.
right. Just that's not what I thought I was going to say when I said it.
He
Nice.
doesn't know what he's saying over there.
I didn't know what anyone was saying.
Oh, let me get this tape measure fake vent out of there. The vent's
Fake vent.
moving. All right, yeah. Should
Starting
be,
to come up a little more.
Okay, Roger. I might not do a very good
I'll
job of
see if he's-
arguing here.
got the scope.
So far,
Do we have-
Godzilla looks pretty lifeless, huh?
No, we don't have focus. Who has focus on this one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if they do in the back row, maybe. Once we get to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just you could even take. Can he take grabs or no? From this one, we're not set up for that.
I don't know
I don't know either.
anything or how to do it.
Yeah, me either.
I think someone was learning back there, but I don't know if it was
What's this?
the photogrammetry cam.
20, 30 meters from me to the...
Do you have a way back there, Steve, to focus the
Camera?
this camera here? The
cinematic?
counts? Yeah,
I
cinematic.
don't have that up right now, but it's camera status.
They have it up there. There. That's it.
Oh, I think that
Well,
one in the middle is just the
I do have it up,
telestrator.
but
What
I mean,
happens if you
I
go
don't.
focus. Did that do anything?
I just don't know if we're on the actual camera or not. Which camera were you? With either the downward one or this one. I think I need to go over to this NDI thing.
NDI sounds correct. Coming up.
And NDI is Ross Proc? No, that's something else.
No.
Rusproc is this one, the voxel one.
I think I need to use the the keyboard mouse KMV and get help from someone,
Okay. I can
like
step back
Nico
there.
or video.
Nico's got it.
Thank you.
Still
Starting to reach the peak in Atalanta. They're thinning out.
Yeah, Roger, because I'm coming up.
And even Boardwalk is also quite tall. You can see it's more massive, but maybe not as tall of a spire.
That might be because it's farther. Got the more cone on the sonar.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Slice, yeah.
Yeah.
Conceivably. I don't know if that amount of distance would matter, though. Wow. It's so tall.
Oh, there's a good
So
smoker at the top of this.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
several good smokers.
Wow.
Beautiful. And this weird
Look at this weird,
on the
like,
left.
shield on the left.
Yeah,
shield.
a former smoker, or possibly, we don't know yet. It could
Some
still be
patch.
smoke coming out
Some
of the top
patch.
of it.
It's not quite off yet.
Whoops. Something fell. Oh, this is
can I
exciting.
slide
What's
over?
gonna be at the
Oh,
top?
Yeah, there's one little chimlet.
Shipment?
Yeah.
Holy
Word of the day.
This is, yeah.
Are we at Godzilla yet?
Really cool.
We
yeah,
think this is it, yeah.
Godzilla.
I'll see if I can come around. Can I come around? Am I going to be on the
As long as you don't come fully around. You
not
could be
fully around?
You could look south, and I think that would still be okay. But
Yeah.
we'll watch
Okay,
your tether there.
Video, can we zoom in, please?
Sure thing. Zooming.
Someone's oh, it's a,
It's just like must be super
It's great. Thank
like
you.
steady stream and really powerful because it's just like ejecting out. So it's not a dribble. It's
Right.
just like
bubbling out of there.
The
Look at
center
that.
part is going really fast.
Yeah.
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 I'm excited to see where this other thing goes.
Yeah, we still can't see it in 180 actually. It's still
Yeah.
still
Can we
going.
come just like a little bit out?
Yep.
Half zoom. I'm gonna
How
Great,
easy is
perfect.
it to get the temperature probe out?
It's easy to
Well,
get it out.
This guy never put it back.
Yeah, we don't want to do that till after our multi-beam though, right? We'll be back.
Oh, right here. We're never going to be here again.
No?
Maybe. I don't know where we are.
This is
We're at
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
This is Godzilla.
This is Godzilla.
Then it must have toppled. Or it's the very top, you figure?
This is the very top of Godzilla.
But we've traveled up significantly since our low point there.
What was your low point?
Well, the altimeter right now is reading 22 meters straight down.
Right.
But it obviously started before that.
Right, but you picked the depth.
I don't know what our lowest was, but it was like...
Isn't that what you guys are trying to do, is get the height of Godzilla?
That's what we're doing,
We're just the depth of its top, so we know where to...
Right. I guess you don't need the actual extent of it. Just need...
Wow, this keeps going.
So it seems to have a really strong, I don't recall it having this really strong bottom piece there.
Wow, I think the 3D camera is going to show us some real spoiling.
I really
want to
focus and take pictures with this camera, like really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we not able to focus that camera?
We can't focus and take like some grabs.
Trying to do everything here, but everything.
Look at how much it's shooting.
That
out
is
there.
just that is intense.
I don't know how to operate this camera. Hang on, I think I got something. What does that do? That focus it?
Better.
Yeah, that's better.
I can't tell if it's all the way
Yeah,
there.
focus on something that's shimmery. Yeah, the smoke looks pretty in focus. This thing is, is active.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah, really cool.
I think it's better now in terms of focus, but...
I don't know that I'm even like at the top. Am I at the top?
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Sonar says you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve, it looks like, I mean, just based on what we're seeing, that we're at the top here. Atalanta, it doesn't have a lot more Godzilla, but there is still Bambi is kind of almost just as tall. So I wonder if there's still a spire. Theoretically, is that a similar height?
Do you see Bambi? Bambi was small.
Do you mean boardwalk?
Sorry, boardwalk.
Yeah.
Yes, boardwalk is this.
I mean, they grow, so,
Yeah.
but Bambi was a little guy at the base of Godzilla.
This one would be boardwalk over here, this one.
Behind you. Well, not behind you.
50
facing-
meters?
Yeah, we're
We're
looking
facing-
90, so that's
we're looking-
behind.
right.
Yeah, that's
We're
south.
pretty much looking east right now.
Well, it'd be nice to try to get, so the idea was, because we can't really spend that much time doing photogrammetry over the whole area, but to grab these guys before any kind of big things happening to see if they change a lot. So there's 3 of them. We could start with this guy.
Okay, video, could you come live, please?
Yes.
And I think the idea, Jonathan's idea originally was, Fielli's, was to go around it. But I think that's really complex to try to do with the tether.
Going around it, yeah. I'd love to see vertical video transects more than around.
Yeah,
But
the only around you could do is like kind of an overlap on either side as you go up,
Yeah.
and then do the other side the same way. But that's
I don't think it's any worse going straight up and down and overlapping. Maybe go up and down, maybe a hexagon or a square, like four times up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
Whatever.
we'll focus on this first Norbit bit.
Yeah.
Is anyone doing
And
this?
Okay, video, let's zoom in,
No.
please.
Zooming.
Really cool.
That's great.
These are awesome shots you're getting. Okay. I'm going to peek at Norbit, so you're going to see that screen move a little bit. Yeah, it's getting really great data and coverage, so I think, yeah, this is going to be great.
That 180 cam shot is awesome.
Oh yeah,
That is so cool.
We got to start like recording
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Oh, it's being recorded right now.
That gets recorded?
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
look,
started doing
just
it.
the Norbit, just the terrain we're picking up.
But I think we gotta
is
wait
like,
to actually...
This is just a small
till we
part of
start
what
our
we're looking
survey.
at, and it's so cool. Get back to where vehicular is.
So what was the height of this tall one?
Yeah, what was our depth at that? I'm gonna go back up, but let's just make a note of the. I'm gonna make a note of the depth.
I'm gonna range in the tri-tech a little bit.
Yeah, I just noted that Herc depth when we started the dive was around 2170, but that was way down.
Yeah, that was down at the, because I came down quite a bit after seeing the seafloor.
Yeah. Uh-oh, what's happening? What are you doing back there? Are you turning off my Rosproc stuff? Don't do that. You're closing my windows.
There should be view only on Rosproc.
Yeah,
too many
I don't know what
excited
you guys are
scientists.
doing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize I had control of your stuff.
Not useful.
Just getting some face melting video here, Meta.
Yeah.
That
That's
is concerning.
We're still partially zoomed, by the way.
Yep, Roger.
Yeah, but
Do you like that frame up, or do you want
why do I
to?
have control? Can I?
You can frame it up however you like.
Able to take. Yeah, but I didn't realize you could take control of their stuff.
Hey,
Go
video.
Sure.
Video. This is, I guess, Science 2 or something like that.
Hi there.
Left.
Science left. I'm a leftist. We're having trouble figuring out how to actually shoot some screen, or not screen capture, but actually use a cinematic camera to take some pictures right now. I think it's set up just for the 3-second photogrammetry. So we just start the timer and just...
Yeah, but you could do that for 10 seconds and get 3 shots, and then...
Yeah, well, we're sort of doing that, but it'd be nice. Yeah, we're just trying to save that. There's a limit of 8 hours of that.
So I'm at 2135.
Yeah, let me mark that.
I think it's near the top.
You need to like go.
Although I wouldn't want to go too
Maybe,
much
yeah.
lower than that.
No.
Or
Do not go that low either.
do not go that low. Yeah.
2135 depth, Roger.
Okay, let's come wide in the Hercules, please.
So what did we think the height of this vent was compared to the surrounding seafloor?
We started out the dive around 2170, and now we're up at 2135 at the moment.
It's hard to define the
Yeah,
seafloor.
yeah, it's like just where we happen to be at that moment. It could be
Directly below us is 27 meters, but that's not the bottom of the vent.
Yeah.
So at least 27 meters?
Yeah, what is the bottom, right?
Yeah.
If you're looking at Norbit, we've got actually a pretty decent view. So he's looking at the top of Godzilla in front of us, and you can see that there is a slope down. So I mean, it depends on where you define what the bottom is.
Right.
Where we are, sure, this is a plane right here, but there is another plane down here. So
there's planes.
There's planes. Sorry. Wrong cruise.
What?
Wrong cruise. There's planes down here. No?
No, I
It's
don't.
not getting it?
Okay.
Sometimes we look for planes.
What a cruise.
Sometimes. No? Okay.
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't hear what you said.
It's okay. I'll just cry. No one gets my joke. All right.
Hey, video, let's zoom in, please.
She's up
Oh.
from her chair.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, free me up.
Doing back
Say
row
when.
stuff.
Sure, sounds good. Need some focusage.
You've got this.
You're on your own for focus.
I'm loving the cross
I'm on my
training
own.
that we've all got going on. By cross training, I mean just like reaching over and pretending you know what
you're doing.
any other. Yeah.
I know what that
Hi,
button
what are we
does.
doing?
I zoomed in a little bit on the Hercules. I did
Okay.
not focus, so
All right. There we go.
focusing on shimmery water.
Yeah.
So, was this is kind of still part of the Godzilla complex? Would you say?
I'd say, yeah, it's just right next door to the, that
Okay.
other big one's just right off to the left.
Great. So I'm just gonna keep that mark. So this theoretically, yeah, it's probably
Come down a little bit on delta, but you are getting close to the end of your leash.
Okay.
I think that is the right camera, Steve. Is it? I don't know what the teleprompter is using. I have no idea.
Okay, let's come wide on the Hercules, please.
Coming wide.
Have you done all this? If you want,
Okay. Well, this is
Spectacular.
I could spend all day, but
Yeah.
follow these steps.
Yeah, what are we doing?
So do you guys want to do these passes in orbit, or what do you want to?
Yes, that should be the first thing we're doing. Is
Sorry, I'm not hearing you very well. Why not? I don't know why.
how's that?
There you go. Yep.
Okay, so once you've established kind of the height of these higher spires, we want to do that grid kind of like what we talked about, and probably do 4 passes.
Yeah. I'll see what I get on this. We'll do a pass like right here.
That's kind of what, Steve, that's kind of what we talked about,
Yeah,
right?
no, I think I like Randy's idea of doing 2 low outside ones,
Yeah.
as close as you can, and then higher because you have to be higher.
So I may just change the order of that, and what I might do is just this low one, and then we'll do the next one a bit higher up.
Okay.
Do the next one a bit higher up, and
Yeah,
then come back. Just kind of as we go, we'll
awesome.
set a...
Yeah.
And then let's go as far as this one, huh? How's that sound?
Steve, what do you think, that little one at the bottom?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Just
okay.
cover that major area there, and it'll give us a good, start to see how it fits in with this stuff.
It'll give us time to set the camera up.
My plan is, let me orient the Norbit, and we'll get all...
I guess I'm going to attempt to auto XY this, depending on Doppler.
Right. Let's see.
Yes. The Doppler is kind of also critical for the nav anyway, so if we're not able to do it that well, then that's problematic for the survey too.
Okay. I'm going to go in, because sometimes it needs a little time, so I'm going to go into auto XY right now.
My intent is I might actually back Atalanta up to the north just a little bit, so we can start with Hercules right here, coming along, and we'll just track along this way, and we're going to go as far as this little nubbin down here, so like that. Then we're going to have to be higher in altitude, lower in depth for the next pass, and then the same for another higher one here, and hopefully we'll be high enough that we get Godzilla. We'll be clear, we'll make sure we're clear of like running into it, of course, and everything, but and then we'll do one final pass here. So 4 total. The outside ones will be a little bit lower, deeper in depth, and the middle ones will be a little bit shallower in depth.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of figure that out on each turn based on what we're collecting here.
Yeah, we're going to get outer beams to do like getting on from the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to just bump just a little bit further with Atalanta. We'll go north. What is happening? Oh, 20, okay. Yeah, maybe just 20 meters to the north, and then we'll have Hercules set up. So I'm going to move Atalanta 20 meters, bearing 020, 025.
20 meters, 025.
Yeah. Bridge nav. Can we step 20 meters, bearing 025? Yes, thank you. And then once we're there, I will sorry, bridge. And then once we're there, I will I'll just like cycle and get a new, I'll truncate the data, so then it'll be that high altitude one. We'll get a good depth. This is so cool. I can tell this is going to be great.
Nav, when we're set up to start that first sort of transect line, can we also drop a waypoint?
I can do, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are still getting a bit of like fluff here in the water column. That's probably just from the plume fluid. But that's what I'll be doing. Bunch of editing.
Yeah, how do you know what noise is versus
what's
this
real
vent?
and what's not?
I go through kind of slice by slice, and usually there's a density. If you've got two passes, there's two passes that kind of agree with each other, and then there's stuff that doesn't. That's usually like out of the what would be the realm of the surface.
Okay.
In these environments, it's a lot tougher because there is these spires that like
Yeah.
So I'm pretty conservative on editing, and then you like refine and try to get kind of. But like if you're looking in orbit, this stuff up here.
Oh, that's not real.
That's not real. So I can get rid of that. And it's also right here. It looks like, oh, it's as strong as the surface, but really it's only a few pings, and it's really clear when you're top down. You're like, okay, well, it's not real, So you can get rid of that, and then there's like the agreeance with the density and the multiple passes and everything.
Gotcha. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, and with the shipboard multi-beam, it is a bit easier because there's less factors at play as far as like, we're not typically mapping stuff, even though there'll be these grand structures like seamounts and stuff at the seafloor. We're so high above it versus this. I mean, we're going to have a spire that like essentially is right next to us.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a bit more difficult with shadows and everything like that. The reason for this north move is just to get a little more on the, so we're not just starting at Godzilla, we're getting a bit of density up there. And then we'll set a strike and just do a long one. I guess it was not entirely necessary, but, oh great, cool, that's what you want.
Front row, may I ask a question about performing an orbit multi-beam?
Sure.
About how fast do you like fly Herc when you're doing these surveys? What does speed play into a factor in the data you get?
For the most part, we're just trying to, as far as speed goes, we're trying to minimize like fast heading changes. And like kind of like everything that's going over ground, our multi-beam is collecting data at a rate that effectively our Herc can't go so fast that we're going to get like a much lower density than we can possibly resolve. Like it's pretty much set that we can go at a decent enough clip, but just for the sake of speeding up, slowing down, the just any kind of fluctuations associated with that will probably go, 0.3 to 0.5 or something like that, knots.
Thanks.
But you could drive like pretty fast and you get like a lot of coverage quickly, but when you go to process it, some of the pitches and roll errors and heading changes will kind of mess us up.
I imagine there's the problem is around like dead zones, right? Like you would find with like LiDAR. I mean, because you've got such rough terrain that you probably have a lot of shadows.
Roger, yeah.
Yeah, there'll definitely
lateral?
be
I got another trick for you.
occlusions.
Is it working? I don't even know if it's working. Great. Yeah, I don't know. I just figure out how it works, and this is why I fuss around.
Yeah. Come out and then go like, yeah. So you want me, you're going to eventually want me set up like in a heading of like 210 or something? Yeah. I'm just keeping my reference point of danger in front of me at the moment. But we're going to come, are we going to start low and come up? Or are we going to start high and go down? Like, you know what I mean? Is that one? Yeah. And do you want me here or do you want me here? Like, you know, whatever. I could back up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So you want me more just kind of like over here? So I'm going to be coming kind of underneath you, Trevor. Okay. I don't need to. Just...
What do you think, Science? Have a plan of attack here?
Back on SPL.
It's a bit on the rapid feedback sort of. When we see what's happening, we sort of kind of respond to that, I think. So Norbit makes sense to go first. That'll be a nice fly over top, see if anything changed from the previous
what we have
mapping.
on our multi-beam mapping here.
So that's from, I can't remember what year that
We're
was,
not
but it was
picking
a long
up much
time
in
ago.
Oh, really?
Tritech, eh?
Yeah.
Like you
It took
think
a
it would
while
be
to
like,
come out. A lot
Well,
of
it's
work.
15 meters right now. Got to be more.
150,
Done by an
but even when
AUV,
we were sitting in front of it.
Empire's AUV,
It was bad, yeah.
and
Anyway,
they
it's
mapped
fine.
the whole giant.
I put it on faster. I can
all
put it
the
on
segments.
ultra.
And came up with
Slow.
a 1 meter kind of resolution map.
Yeah.
You like that spot or
But
a
I
little
think
bit further backwards?
the passes were back.
I think
in
Atalanta's still moving, but yeah, that's probably okay
2008. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
for now. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
so
get Godzilla. There's a little
looking
bit.
at this activity for
here,
sure, this terrain
but
must have changed.
I think we probably
in the
just
last
picked it up, to
15
be
years,
honest.
right?
I'll step my heading change.
So our current plan is essentially doing the mowing the lawn with Norbit to get a good overall view of everything, and then we'll probably move into possibly grabbing a gas tight at high rise, and then it'll be a lot of opportunistic temperature sampling of these different vents while doing photogrammetry.
Gotcha.
Hey, Rennie.
Should I only do like a 180 come around?
Yeah, you could do that.
Or a 360?
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to be turning to starboard. I can turn to starboard now even. And that'll take a half wrap out.
Okay, Roger.
So we'll go 210, and we'll just keep an eye on. If you're out ahead,
yeah, absolutely.
Then you'll be able to. We'll be able to adjust Atalanta without having to like mess with Hercules' altitude too much.
Okay. So I'm headed 210.
210. So that's this. It looks like we'll be clear of everything. And let me check your heading over here. Yeah, so we've got Godzilla way out there. And we've got this, I think, is forward walk, this structure. What's your altitude?
31.
30. God, Godzilla is just so tall because we're like barely
I mean,
what was the height of Godzilla? Remember me that?
We thought it was like
30 meters.
Yeah, 35, something like that.
Sorry. What was the depth of?
2135. So I'm 2138 right now.
So you're just barely shallower than the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just.
Yeah.
Are you muted right
So
now?
I could come down if you
Are you
want.
muted?
I think
For
that'll
this
be.
pass. If you want to come down some,
You're not
I don't know.
I think we'll be okay.
You'll be okay? Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not on it.
All right, let me spin around. So this is you driving through. It's hard to see with all these stray voxels that we get in the plume, but
Minecraft view.
yeah, total Minecraft view. Amber, are we broadcasting this ROS proc? It's on PC4. It could be cool because that's like what we're going to be doing.
Amber's doing 16 things right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Amber.
I guarantee
Yeah,
Ross
now
Proc
we're
is
doing
more
stuff.
interesting than the
Who was
pilot
bored
can.
last watch?
I miss cables already. Need to catch my breath.
Miss cables already.
So I'm flickering kind of 4 beams and 3 beams a little bit, but
Okay. Hopefully once we get rolling, we'll be in a decent way. I'm going to stop recording and then start again if I don't crash at all.
All right, we got it on our SAT-3 quad.
Why has it stopped? Yeah, I think.
like the one on the lounge. In the lounge.
Okay, back on SPL. Okay, there we go.
Coming in
It's a
loud
little-
and clear.
No, but of another place, there's a cube with a bathymetry printed.
Why don't you back up a bit more? I'm just.
Why don't you
I don't
back
know. I don't think we're getting all of Godzilla.
Okay, I'm gonna go right under.
Yeah, Roger, coming up.
Yeah,
Okay, stepping out 5 meters.
we're pretty close to getting all of it, but not quite.
Remind me the heading 210.
210.
210, yeah.
I'm lined up
So
there.
you can see right on this edge here, that's the edge of Godzilla, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm having you back up, just so we get the,
Yeah, those 3
beyond
kind
it.
of spires there, yeah.
yeah.
So is the cloud of voxels above kind of just confusion because of the plumes, or?
Yeah, and it's pretty much plume related. We don't really see that. There's ways to eliminate that kind of stuff. I'll show you what that is actually looking like. Can you turn the water column view back on, which may confuse everyone. We're just getting some stray pings in the water column.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Actually, the Norbit view itself. Yeah. So you can see the bottom here. This is the actual sonar
Yes.
view. We're just getting some stuff in the water column that's likely from plume returns,
Right.
which we'll have to
I guess
filter
the
out
plumes
later.
have like more particulate and
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Norbit's at 300, around 300 kilohertz,
400, yeah.
400. So acoustic scintillation is 300, just to look at that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if we went higher frequency on the Norbit, if it would,
You'd see more.
but
You'd see more of it
we
probably.
see more, and
yeah.
we would lose
Distance, range.
distance. Yeah, range. So definitely not higher, and I think 400 is the lowest that it goes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you got to go low. Low, and then you lose a little bit of resolution.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see the extent of that vent over there. It's hard to tell. Are you still backing up?
No, I'm
Yeah, maybe a little more.
A little more?
Further back.
Tether looks good.
5 meters back.
Roger.
A little more unstable on the beams.
Yeah. I'm hoping we alleviate that by just like, once we get the speed we need, if there's dropouts, they'll be temporary rather than like, oh, I'm just sitting in a dead spot, you know? I think it's just starting. Yeah, there we go. So now see how it's back down to this level here.
Oh
rather
yeah,
than,
nice.
yeah, so we're now past it. So I will just quickly go to, we're gonna restart our logging. I'm going to mark a target for data on the survey here. So this is north, let's see, survey, start. And Hercules depth is 2138. Let me know when you have that data. And then I am going to have us go.
I've got it, thank you.
Roger. 210, and let's go 150 meters at 210.
Do you want constant depth or altitude for this?
Good question. I don't want too much, I don't want to vary in altitude too drastically as far as, if the terrain moves, that's fine, but if the vehicle changes,
you want me in auto depth then?
Yeah.
pretty much
like
auto depth, unless we then start, we'll have to like ease into a new depth if we are saying, oh, we're too high up or we're too low or something like that.
Watch your double tap there.
Changes will be gradual.
Yeah, Raj. We can adjust, we can bump the auto depths.
I'm gonna call that move in, just gonna take a little bit. Bridge nav. We would like to step 150 meters, bearing 210, and speed 0.3. Distance 150 meters, 150 meters. Yeah, thank you. We'll start at 0.3 and we'll see if that is painful. It's just 150, so...
Like I'm at 0.2 on my speed maybe. I don't know if that's a little quick for 0.3, but...
I mean, yeah, this line should take like
I can always
20
adjust
minutes
it.
or something.
I'll be adjusting it, I'm sure, as I go.
Yeah, I think you're gonna do a 150 step all at once.
Sure, or I guess I could do 50s.
Whatever
just in
you want,
case.
man.
Okay, let me get back in here. We're all recording.
Are you going to trash this early stuff, or
does it really matter? Because he's just going to tell me to stop.
I've truncated it, so I can take that data, and if it's good, then I'll include it in the survey. I did the similar thing with the last survey, and because we were really close, some of that stuff just was not great. But this, we kind of maintained a Norbit-ish depth the whole time, or altitude, so this looks pretty good to me. I'll be able to clean up the clearly bad stuff. So it'll be extra, but if it's not really jiving with the model, then I will eliminate it.
I thought the main idea is not to stop, because if you stop, then you have to reset your position. And you have to actually match the two together, or is that not?
No, that part's fine. It'll be if you were to come back and try to resurvey,
right,
you'd have to kind of probably do it all over again, just based on the navigation. Still getting those 3 beams, huh? So this is now behind Hercules, and you see that we should be okay in front of us. This right here may challenge our altitude, but it's hard to say how much of that is just some extra fluff in the background, like this stuff over here. So we'll keep an eye out on sonar, meso sonar. Sorry, I know it is annoying to be flipping this thing around.
So the mound area there is the basically north-south mound, right? Or the 20.
Yeah, so this is...
You're aiming south just before it, and now you're aiming east.
Now I am aiming at south. 210 south-ish, yeah.
So 20 degrees, so 200, yeah.
So we've got Godzilla here, and then this is Boardwalk. Yeah. Probably we'll be able to get away with this pass south and then one over the top of it rather than four, but depends on how much time you guys want to allot. Yeah, I'm thinking Atalanta's just starting to move. I'm just wondering that heaviness was, do you guys recall if that was seen in auto depth, and did we, I remember that we were watching depth, and I can't remember if they ended up just not having auto alt or depth.
So it's not a sensor data that's heaving, it's just the control circuit off of that. So as we heave,
Yeah.
the depth goes shallower and deeper and shallower and deeper. It's not a holding exact position and the vehicle's moving. The vehicle's moving with the sensor.
And if you were, you're going to have to, yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
And it should not affect your data negatively.
Okay, and if you were to live control your depth, would you still have that?
You would have no heaves in the data.
That would be more ideal.
You would have no heaves in the data either way. One may or may not be more heavy with the actual vehicle position. Does that make sense?
I think that it was behaving, if I'm remembering correctly, yeah.
It's going to be tough to do that freehand and keep it stable.
Sure, yeah.
Without any visual reference.
Yep.
What I mean is you will not see ripples.
We were doing that with this, hold on. Plotting.
What he's saying is when you're just holding auto depth, it bounces. Yeah. It's just the PID circuit, not the sensor. Yeah, but when you...
I mean, it's pretty stable right now. It's oscillating 0.3, 0.4 of a meter.
Okay.
It's pretty stable, actually. Like it is doing a little bit.
Yeah.
But like.
Okay, I will.
Right now, it's doing it 0.4 of a meter back and forth.
This filter will have a much better, will have a damped response, so it will not, it should not show those.
It looks like it's not right now.
All right, I've added 3 meters of gate around Hercules because it seems to be picking up some weirdness.
Slow a little bit.
Roger.
And it's not very hunting full when you're actually moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's just, I know when K2 was just kind of honing it in, we weren't in an environment like this, so it's kind of difficult to live fly like that. Yeah, I'm seeing what, this kind of oscillation there. Yes, in an ideal world, that doesn't affect the data.
Well, that at least shows that it knows it's doing it.
Yes, yeah, and that, that is what it is.
There is definitely a heading also. We'll find out with 210.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's quite... yeah, so it looks like that's well out of your path in this heading.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine. This looks great so far.
Oh yeah. We just stepped right into it, like immediate. It's like pools, smokers. Yeah.
We're doing 4 passes, I believe. 10 to plan on this. That'll take an hour maybe, and then right back into it.
That'll be neat. I've been at the site, but I've never gotten to fly around it.
Yeah, I think I've flew around a little bit, but not enough to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Speed, you happy with that speed?
Yeah, all's well. So I have your heading is at 210, but your course
We were seeing that yesterday.
is like 200.
We were seeing a 10-degree offset with the applied.
Okay, do you want me to go to
cable.
220 then?
It should be, no, that's, I mean.
Well, if I add that heading change now, I'm just gonna like.
Yeah, I don't want to
bearing's
yaw
gonna stay
too
the
much.
same.
I mean, we're already yawing a little bit.
You have to add the heading change before you hit the step. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get that on the next.
I don't understand why that could possibly be.
Yeah, me either.
No,
But
do you want to keep the same bearing, like stay what we're doing?
I think we'll be okay. We'll still miss everything. Basically you're coming closer to that spire, but we're not gonna get. Not gonna hit it, so we'll be okay.
Okay, but it doesn't mess up your survey.
It's a bit of a yaw, but ships do that all the time. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
kind of like.
Okay, I'm gonna add another 50 step then on this.
Yeah,
everything the same.
Roger. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, added another 50 step. I can speed up maybe just a touch. Just to keep up. Back to 0.2.
It's looking better than the MEF survey so far, but we haven't done another pass, in which case we'll see how well it lines up. Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like incredible. Let me make it even bigger. Just want to keep neurotically checking that we're still logging. So. Yeah, you can see right in like the outer beams that they're kind of like a bit trash, so I'll have to cut a lot of that out anyway. And where that lands right now is kind of on the other side. I don't know. I'm thinking we could just do a single pass over the vents on the way up, and then another one here, and that might do it. Just a 3 pass, and if we want, we could do a cross, but. The way the vent site is laid out, it's kind of
passing whatever is that boardwalks or passing boardwalk?
Should be boardwalk, yeah.
Like 20 meters. So
how's your alt?
You can see the.
This is where
altitude is 31 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Heading into some smoke at the moment.
I just see that there might be some terrain coming up below you. We'll see. Let's see.
Well, it's still 30 to 32 meter altitude.
Okay, cool.
See what the smoke does to the.
Yeah, I won't. I'll see a little bit here, but I won't be able to. You can really see it in the point cloud once I'm out looking at the data. It kind of just like really starts to warble it. And the true test is on the second pass.
Okay. Definitely
how well
moving
they
away
match up.
from Atalanta, which is interesting.
Yeah.
We're at
I'm gonna
30
slow back. I'll
meters tall
slow
right
again,
now.
I think.
Yeah, slow down.
I'm gonna slow.
The stack is still taller than us.
Yeah. Yeah, that next pass will be interesting because it's going to be a lot through the plume on all of these. And
it's going to be great.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
That's why I'm hoping to get enough from either side that we really just need the top and I can edit the other stuff, but.
Sure.
So my bearing is, I'm getting pushed off to the west a little bit, so my heading is not matching anything we're doing. I'm just trying to keep Herc in view a little bit.
Yeah. For
your reference.
Through the cloud?
Yeah, as much as I can. It's right there.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
But barely.
What if you turn your lights off? Will we see Hercules through the cloud?
Yeah, great idea. I'm going to turn the lights off on Atalanta Mini Zeus.
Yeah.
There she is.
There it is. So now we're just getting past what we recorded on our first initial bit. And so I can take a look at the raw data even. Yeah, I'm gonna this is bad. I'm gonna cut that side stuff out, but stuff in the middle is looking good. Yeah.
You can see it's confused with that green flange pool thing there, right underneath your mouse cursor.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, unless we get another pass further west,
yeah, absolutely.
That'll be occluded, and even still, like we were talking about, can't get up in there.
You can't get underneath a flange pool unless you mount it mechanically different. That's another dive. We could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so cool.
I'm not passing you, but I'm definitely even with you.
Okay, I'm gonna speed up a little bit.
Okay.
It looks like there's nothing really going in front of you there, so we're good as far as. Yeah, that little bit of a yaw is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, we're going between 0.2 and 0.1.
Wow.
It's so cool.
For anybody watching at home, we've said it before, but these squares are going to be our final resolution. You can see the actual point cloud that we're creating here. We just can't visualize that all at once for very long before computer resources are taken up. But you can see what kind of resolution we're getting on the vent structure itself. And if you were just watching the vent when we were filming up close, you can imagine, it matches pretty well with this kind of these flange structures. Yeah, really cool stuff.
So that's one we refer to as Park Place?
Yeah, that's Park Place right here.
How large do these data sets get for a 1 hour, call it, survey?
I'm a little less familiar with just staring at it for the Hercules multi-beam, but it starts to get in the gigs.
It's not bad.
Yeah. If we were to run it for and we were close to the surface, run it for an entire 24-hour dive, that's going to get dense, but
right.
That's also not very useful to anyone, so it's a good thing we don't really do that. Yeah, okay, yeah, all good. So do we have another? So you can see that as I get familiar with this, I just widened our lower gate and got a lot more swath width to the side. So that's good. Not super useful on the vent side, but on the lower side we'll catch more ground.
But these structures are pretty well lined up, and there's kind of just a flattened plane off to the.
I think you could probably slow down to 0.1.
Yeah, there's definitely a ridge, kind of like where the vents are coming from.
And you're just going to do a.
I'm just going to keep Herc in view, so I'm not going to stay on a. I'm not going to maintain a heading.
Are we going to mow several back and forth? Are we going to raster several passes here?
Yeah, we're going to mow the lawn. So we got this one pass, and then we're going to do one over the vents, and that one's going to be a bit higher up, so we don't hit those vents. And then we'll do another pass on the other side.
So how high are the vents, Rennie? That I think we're doing one to the east from here?
Yeah, so basically the altitude, the depth that you're at right now is kind of the top of Godzilla and probably Boardwalk. Okay. So we're going to have to be a bit up from them. We don't need to be 30 meters above them, but we could be 10 or 20.
Okay, so you want to come up 20 from here?
I'd be at, I'd say 10, 20, I don't know, 20 seems high,
like a lot. Maybe
10 to 15.
15,
I mean, maybe happy medium in there, 15.
Okay.
So the top of Godzilla was about 2135, 2136. It was a little hard to tell because it was super smoky, like buried in the smoke.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting
a lot here is more lower, I think. So that when you get to the end of this goal, you should be about roughly, maybe just shy of 150 meters. Or no, about 150 meters, I would say, because I did 3 steps at 50. Yeah.
So the ship has stopped. Atalanta still has a bit. You've still got a bit.
And I was moving on 210.
Well,
your heading was 210.
Yeah, but so can you get a bearing on my actual...
But yeah, it was probably like 200.
You probably don't want to change that reciprocal or whatever, right? Because...
Do you want to go backwards?
It doesn't matter, but I think for visual, we'll just go forwards.
Go forwards, for sonar and stuff.
I will...
to keep it all square, though, yeah? You don't really want to change those headings?
Okay, so I can just do...
I mean, I'm asking...
I can do the reciprocal.
I'm asking Rennie that. You don't care really as much. You just want coverage.
Yeah, but we might as well, just because if there's any... Yeah, we might as well try to keep that. So that was, what, 201?
That was so we'll 210.
30.
That heading was on.
The heading was 210.
Yeah, her heading was 210. But the bearing was
201.
201.
Yeah, just to make it
almost
more difficult.
So you want my reciprocal heading?
This will be interesting because it might actually...
Won't it? I think it's going to lead us back to cross.
Yeah, it'll create a...
Because we're going to go to the east. Yeah, so this tends to diverge to the left, so we're actually going to cross ourselves.
Well, I don't want that. I'm going to offset. In an ideal world, we would do something like this.
Well, there was a 30-degree difference between... there was a 10-degree difference between the heading I set and the bearing I took. So we could just go...
Is that
I could just take 40.
Offset?
No idea. I don't know the characteristics of it at all, but that's what just happened, isn't it?
It is what just happened. That's
so we could try to take a heading of 040, expecting a 10-degree difference between the heading I took. Does that make sense? It might actually have to be 050.
Maybe 03. The reciprocal of 201 is
20.
20.
So I think you want to be 030.
030.
But the reciprocal of the heading I had.
20. Oh, actually, you want to be. I think you want to be 10.
Do you have a pen?
Because then you're going to end up 20, which is what
okay,
you want.
I'm at the end of this line.
Okay.
So
we'll watch Atalanta.
we actually took 020. We took 201.
Was our bearing of that. That was
Okay.
the course of the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah, Herc's heading was 210. You ended up doing 200. So if you spin around the other way and you want to do...
We want to do 030 or 020. We want 020.
So you should do 10, I think.
I think I want to overshoot the other way. I think I want 030.
And I think you're going to end up doing 040.
So when we went,
oh, sorry.
when we
yeah,
went this way?
You're right.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So I think we want 030.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
that
can give it a
sounds,
try. Yeah.
we'll give it a shot if we have that same offset, which, you know, it's the information we have right now. So
Yeah, totally. And I don't, we don't really know what, we haven't bounded that behavior, so.
Atalanta's probably slowing, so don't change heading yet.
Okay.
So you're getting a current from the east? Is that what's changing your course?
We don't think it's current related. We think it's vehicle. It controls for that. Yeah. Let me think through where I want to put Atalanta.
Vehicle gremlins.
So probably, let's see what kind of offset.
And we're going to get whatever errors we get from just moving over the hot vents too.
Yeah, that is the, let's go 20 meters to the other side. So just hold off on moving because I'm going to stop recording and like toggle the recording on and off. I'm going to put Atalanta here, which is, there's a vent possibly right there. So I'm just going to kind of go here with Atalanta.
Okay.
Which is, what is that? Sorry. I'm holding 2 mice for no good reason.
At least you're not using your phone this time.
45. So I'm going to go, 45 meters with Atalanta. And I'm going to put it 120. 45, 120. Yep, my pen. I need a new pen. 45, 120. Ugh, a Sharpie. What the heck?
You need a pen already?
It's okay, I got it. 45.
I'm second guessing myself now, Josh.
No, I think you're right.
So
That's what I was thinking the first time, and then I changed it.
Yeah, 20. We did 201. We did 201 set at 210. So when we go, if we were to set at
30, you're going to be minus.
I'm going to
10.
call that in with the bridge just because it's going to take a bit. So I'm
That's
passing.
what I thought the first time.
Yeah.
I changed. Then I
I'm passing Atalanta over
here. Sorry,
I'm passing Atalanta over here.
Right.
And then you're going to, when I tell you to, we'll change heading and then turn around.
Yeah.
Oh, and step over. How far do you want to step over?
I think 20.
Okay.
That gets like, it should get a good, not too good with the measuring tool here. So, but let me first get that out.
Yeah, get the move in.
Bridge nav. Can we step 4 or 5 meters, bearing 120? Thank you. Okay, let me see if I can measure in here. It's kind of... Yeah, to complicate things, not only are we talking about what we actually did, but then what the terrain is demanding, which is actually different from this map.
Right.
So...
Are we going to get the line you want if we move over 20 meters?
Well, at least by putting Atalanta over there, we'll have some decisions. And if anything, Atalanta should be a bit offset from the vents, which will help us.
Right. And closer will be better.
All right. Length. Okay. Get rid of that.
Closer to our previous line will be better for the survey.
Let's see. We've got length is 20. So that'll, Hercules, this is 20 meters here.
Mm-hmm.
So